county, and it's for a maximum of 60 days.
Yes.
And you see the beauty, and that's why we want you to, as you've said, apply your mind to it, is that part of it is that the county must come up with a recovery plan. You are compelling the county to come up with a recovery plan within the 60 days. So it's not indefinite. And that's what some counties need. We have what we call the list of shame. About 10 counties where their wage bill is 50% and above. I think our county, Homa Bay, is almost at 55%. Kisii is almost at that level. So you'll find a county where the wage bill is above 50%. It has had either an adverse opinion or a disclaimer, and it has serious audit issues, procurement, financial management issues. If we were to develop a matrix and put all this together, it would then allow you to step in, not to kill, but stepping in almost like an administrator to compel the county to come up with a clear plan that would then be, I think, addressed, control of budget. You've got a role in that, in making sure that there's a proper recovery plan. And sometimes that's what some of these counties need, because primary oversight has died across the counties. The county assemblies are completely incapable of holding their governors to account. When we bring the governors here, we are doing secondary oversight. We don't have an insight or input on their budgeting, on their procurement, on their spending, on their appointments. We are, what do you call those doctors who Johnson would work? Yeah, we are morticians. We are morticians. And yet the public will tell me in my county that you are not correcting the government of their misdeeds. And yet that is a primary responsibility of the county assembly. So that's the frustration that brings us to this thinking that there are some counties where we need to put under administration for 60 days. And I want to encourage you to apply your mind to it, because it is not necessarily killing devolution, but the corruption and the bad behaviors in county governments, some which are led by governors from the party that Senator Sifuna comes from, is an embarrassment.
Correct. Chair, in fact, that's the part of the provisions that I wanted to point the CS to. And the other attribute of a party that I come from is that we like to take bold action. CS, just for the sake of the frustration of the Senate, just give us one county. But you see, I'm also wondering how this will work, because you've also been accused as a ministry. They say that the National Treasury thinks that it is a treasury for the national government, that you prioritize national government. Can you tell us, for instance, sitting here today, whether you ever comply with the disbursement schedule that is passed by the Senate? What is the most current disbursement now? You see, Chair, that this particular mechanism would only work where the National Treasury is actually complying with what is it called, the disbursement schedule. So if you are telling governors you'll punish them for 2 months, and they are saying the last disbursement you have said is for which month are we on? In August, they'll tell you the last money they got is for May. Then how will this mechanism come in, CS? So personally, I just wanted to let you know that personally I'm very happy with the move to the accrual basis, because the CS knows that I'm also an accounting officer, I'm audited, and the Auditor General has been giving me grief because they see the money that the National Treasury owes my political party, and they don't want me to put it there, that the National Treasury owes me 11 billion Kenyan shillings as ODM. But I'm happy now. My finance manager, who's your friend, the Honorable Kawino, will have an easier time. It's the only query that the auditors raise, that we budget for money on the expectation of the law. On the expectation of the law. We have court orders from here to Timbuktu. But the National Treasury and Parliament have refused to comply with those court orders. So I'm happy that when we move to this new system of accounting, we will not get the grief that we usually get from the Auditor General. But that is the question you need to think about. If we do not comply with the disbursement schedule, then this mechanism cannot really help, because the governor will say that is the norm anyway. That is the norm anyway. So maybe you can think about that. But from our perspective as a Senate, we need that list of shame that he's talking about. We need that list of shame so that people can know that there are mechanisms in the Constitution to be able to deal with these issues. Lastly, Honorable Chair, the National Treasury is also accused that in my county here in Nairobi, although we have the largest number of pending bills, the national government owes us a lot of money that you just refuse to pay the county. It is very difficult, Honorable Mbadi. You have cited two ways of killing devolution, but you've left the main one out. The main one is we need to properly fund our counties. National government institutions have refused to pay Nairobi County what is due and owing to the county government of Nairobi. If you paid us our money, we would be able to take care of those pending bills for as long as we have an administration that cares about the people of Nairobi. So maybe think about those, Waziri, as well.
So you, in accordance with this transition, it means that in this financial year, you'll be reflecting financial assets as ODM of 11 billion.
Correct.
And this Treasury will have to pay.
They will have to pay. You know, Chair, in fact, I want the CS to know that I am going to initiate recovery proceedings. So if you see me obtaining orders for your detention, don't think it is political. I just need that money, and you know why I need that money.
It will be entirely professional and technical.
Correct.
CS, I think the first part was how timely are we? Because if you're holding disbursements for 60 days, then you can only do that in a regime where you are timely in your disbursements.
Thank you. Chair, I will address this, but allow me to start with what my Secretary General says about my possible detention. And just also to own up and say that if there's one thing that I pushed with the finger, probably even harder than the SG when I was his chairman for 10 years, was allocating the resources that are statutory provided for political parties. And that, up to now, is something that is not happening, largely because of financial challenges. But the money owed to any political party will now be a clear debt recognized in books. And so it will no longer be an audit query. And we will do whatever we can to try to make sure that money goes to political parties, because our constitution makes Kenya a multi-party democracy. And political parties' position in our democratic space cannot be overemphasized. And as someone who has been in party leadership for all that time, it is something that I would not shy away from repeating, that we must try to work on. So I hope, my Secretary General, you will not implement your, is it a threat? But I would understand.
As long as it's done through the proper justice and legal systems, because yes. I know he has a group of goons that can detain you at short notice.
No, the advantage I have is over 90% of those goons are my friends.
You are completely out of order for...
Yeah, but Chair. Now, Chair. Can I then proceed and address these other issues? Because I think that has...
Okay.
There are other issues that were raised.
Yeah.
Then I could address them quickly. On the issue of disbursement, Chair, I cannot sit here and misreport that government has been timely and effective in releasing funds to counties, just like other government departments have been affected sometimes with the cash crunch, so counties have been. And I will tell you that at times counties get even better favorable treatment from the National Treasury than other MDAs and other spending units of government. And that is also because the county government is a bit unique in the way they are structured, because if you don't give them money, you are like shutting their doors and closing them completely. So a lot of efforts have to be made. But I would also pride myself here and give and say that this government has been very responsive in terms of addressing the cash challenges to counties. Why do I say so? I remember last year, last financial year, apart from the arrears that were carried forward from 2023 to 2024, 2023, 2024, there was carryover to July 2024, which is 2024-2025, the year that just ended. There was a carryover of about 31 billion. That's the amount that was paid in July. After that, it almost took us to October to again give money to counties because of the division of revenue and county allocation of revenue bill, which delayed. And this has been the practice, Chair. And there is no single year for a very long time when the government of Kenya, national government, has, through the National Treasury, has transferred full allocation for the year to the counties. But I must be with confidence and happiness, I would say that 2024-2025 was a different year. That by 30th of June 2025, we not only transferred all the allocations for 2024-25 to the counties by 26th of June, but that even the arrears for 2023-24 was paid of 31 billion in that year. So we paid all the 387 billion allocation plus the arrears that were carried forward. Now, that was done. In fact, the May transfer was done on 19th of June, and the June transfer, the June 2025 allocation was transferred on 26th of June. Now, even though we don't still have County Allocation of Revenue Act in place, which I think National Assembly, I don't know whether they passed it yesterday or they're passing it today.
I think we have processed Kara.
The Senate has done with it. Is done with it.
Because the beauty is that this year DORA was approved on 30th of June, so there was no delay on DORA, but on Kara.
Kara is in the National Assembly, the Senate, I'm aware. Actually, I think they indicated yesterday, I listened to National Assembly, they said they will pass it today, I think. Now, DORA, again, was passed quickly, Chair, and you'll agree now I can disclose that we had an engagement, the Senate leadership, National Assembly, and the Treasury, and we agreed that there is no need to fight. I mean, we are serving the same people. And when a proposal was put to the National Treasury to increase by 10 billion, I accepted on behalf of the National Treasury in consultation with the government. And so we quickly agreed, and in a record, for so many years now, we haven't had division of revenue bill being assented to before 30th of June. Now, this year, so I was saying, even without Kara, I've already given instruction to my team. On Monday, latest Tuesday, next week, we are going to transfer the July allocation to counties in full to all the 47 counties. And so then we will now remain with August, which we are still in August today. But I want to commit here before the people of Kenya.
Senator Sifuna, what are you whispering?
I'm saying now, that sounds like us.
Us who?
As ODM.
That's a very rare compliment, so that's why I wanted it to be.
I'm happy. We are gradually moving towards, with my SG, towards him understanding what the expert they sent to the Treasury has been able to achieve. I think he has taken a bit of time really to appreciate this, but he's appreciating it, and I thank him. Now, so I want to commit here to the people of Kenya that the July allocation to counties, all the 47, will go latest Tuesday next week. And Chair, by the way, last financial year, we even cleared transfers to CDF in full, including the arrears of 13 billion from the previous year. Finally, even the pensions, even for women reps or the GAF was transferred in full, including the pension claims that came to Treasury, we processed and cleared. Now, on the issue of list of shame, I take note. I think I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to engage our minds more as Treasury on application of 225 of the Constitution, Article 225 of the Constitution, on how to deal with some of these counties which have persistently refused to follow the law in financial management. Finally, on Nairobi County, I want to agree. I think we must now, unfortunately, Senator Sifuna, through the chair, I've tried to engage You know, we did commission from the report of the Senate, your sister committee, chaired by Honorable Sotsi. We constituted a team that looked into this, especially pending bills relating to pension schemes. And